beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we are doing what might become a series on this channel where I divulge one of the probably not so deep dark secrets about being a review YouTube channel, and that is my box of shame. Mine's more like a pile of shame, but a lot of my friends who are also beauty YouTubers or YouTube reviewers have talked about this phenomenon of the box of shame. Mine could be worse, but you know, let's just bring it to light. You're probably wondering what the heck I'm talking about. The box of shame is a decently large box that sits right over here out of frame, and inside are all the things that I mean to review. It's about 50-50 things I purchase and things that are sent in PR that I'm like, oh, that's interesting, I should put that in a video. Let me put it right here next to where I film so that I will use it. What happens is more things go into that box than I can review in 3 videos a week. So it starts to pile up, and some stuff has been in there for... There's definitely something I ordered from the last Black Friday. Not everything is quite as shameful in the box of shame as that, but just to give you an idea. So instead of waiting around for the perfect video, the perfect opportunity to use these things, why not make the box of shame itself the opportunity? So I think I'm going to start a little sporadic series here on the channel where I just use some of the stuff from the box of shame and we'll just see it in action. I'll do like mini close-ups and swatches and give you a little mini review instead of feeling like I have to do full day wear tests, swatch and comparison, all of this stuff. That's why the box never gets empty, because I have delusions of grandeur. So in this, the inaugural box of shame episode, I have 3 things that I purchased myself, and then for the items I was gifted, we're going to look at these Sigma cream blushes, the NARS Laguna cream bronzer, and these NARS Laguna eyeshadow quads. So I'm going to show you everything in action. You're going to get to see it being applied to this face. I'm wearing all those things right now. And as we go through the application, I'll give you thoughts, mini reviews, first impressions as applicable. You can see me trying all these things for the first time. So let's go back in time to Amanda with no makeup and start the application demo. Since I am showing you a new base product, I just want to start out with a bare skin look at our starting point. This is no makeup at all, just my regular skincare. That way you can get a good feel for what the coverage is like, because you know what the starting point was like close up. The first thing I'm going to use is this IT Cosmetics CC Plus Nude Glow. I got the shade Fair Light because that's what I use in the Bye Bye foundation product, also from IT Cosmetics. And this is my replacement for that because my Bye Bye foundation full coverage moisturizer is almost used up. And I will say these are definitely not the same shade. The Nude Glow version of Fair Light is definitely a little bit darker and a little bit more golden. I could tell just from where the edges didn't get fully blended in at first. This is just a little bit darker than my skin and definitely darker than what I've been using, but I was able to make it work. My face is less tan than the rest of my body because I am always wearing so much SPF on my face. So this doesn't look weird on me by any means. I just have to be a little bit more careful with making sure that I get everything fully blended back to the ears and the hairline and all that good stuff. This claims to be a medium coverage product. I would say it's light coverage, buildable up to medium. I did have to do 2 layers to get this amount of coverage, and I still would say this is on the lighter end of the medium coverage spectrum, but I do really like the glowy finish, especially for my dry skin. So I do really like this product. I would say it's the #1 thing that I'm most excited to go back to from this entire video. So overall, I'll call it a win. Unfortunately, the shade matching could be a little bit better, and I don't think that it's going to be great for me in the winter, but I will definitely still be able to get a lot of use out of it. Next up is this cream bronzer from NARS. They sent me the shades Laguna 2 and Laguna 4. 2 is definitely much more my color. I think if there's a shade 1 that might even be a better match for me, but you know, I have a little bit more deep and golden going on now with this mismatched CC cream, so this bronzer worked just fine for me. I like that it has a bit of a balmy texture to it. It's more of a sheer wash of bronzer than I was initially expecting, and it blended out really nicely and looked very natural on my skin. I wouldn't say it's the #1 most amazing must-have cream bronzer I've ever tried, but it was a little bit better than I thought it was going to be, and I definitely like it better than this cream blush. So by comparison, the Laguna bronzer killed it. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have a great time with this Sigma blush in the shade Coral Dawn. I could tell from this very first swatch that this was just going to be a little bit thin, and I was feeling more encouraged as I started layering it up, and it actually looks really, really pretty on the skin here. Played well with that CC cream and the balm cream bronzer. So you're probably wondering, Amanda, what's wrong? This looks lovely. It looks perfectly fine. You can already tell here, I've just blended it in. You're gonna see in just a few minutes, it basically completely disappears from my skin. I will say though, I was very happy with this Sigma product. This is the Renew Lip Oil in the shade Tint. I really like how this just has a little wash of like a neutral nudie lip tint to it, but it's very, very nourishing. It has a nice glossy look, but it's not at all sticky because it is a lip oil. This does have to be reapplied a lot, but it's really comfortable and feels really nourishing, so I didn't mind reapplying this lip oil throughout the day. Lastly, I'm going to move on to eyes, and I have these two Laguna eyeshadow quads from NARS. The lighter one is Laguna, and then the all shimmer one in the orange compact is Laguna Sunset. These 4 shadows are each named Laguna 1, 2, 3, and 4, Laguna Sunset 1, 2, 3, and 4. So as I go through the tutorial, you'll see the different numbered shade names popping up on the screen. Of course, I had to prime my lids with my favorite eye primer. It's the Ulta Matte Eye Primer, and it was at this time that I realized that my blush basically disappeared already. And if you see a look of confusion on my face here, it's because I did not even know how this could possibly happen. It only been a matter of minutes since I applied the blush, and all I was doing was putting on lip oil and eye primer, and now my blush is somehow disappeared. However, this Nearly Wild shade, totally different experience. As soon as I swatched it, it felt different. It looked so much better. And as I was blending it in, I could see it had a lot more impact on the cheeks. So this line has been kind of hit or miss for me so far. I do have 2 more shades in this cream blush, so I will try out some more shades and see if maybe it's just a fluke. But overall, Nearly Wild was way, way, way better than Coral Dawn. So the jury is still sort of out on the Sigma cream blushes for me because it has been such a roller coaster. But when it comes to these NARS eyeshadow quads, the jury is not out. The jury was never dismissed. Case closed. These eyeshadows are really, really beautiful. I know they're expensive. I think these are like $48 or $49 each, which is crazy for an eyeshadow quad. But I do have to admit that the eyeshadow quality is absolutely stunning. Everything blended beautifully. I do wish that I had some more exciting colors to choose from, but particularly these shimmer shades in the Laguna Sunset palette are so stunning. I was just distracted by my own eyeshadow all day long because they are just beautiful. The lasting power, the blendability, everything about these eyeshadows is top tier, absolute quality. I do think that they're too expensive for what they are, but I have to admit that I enjoyed using them, and I think that they are very beautiful. It can be both, okay? Now let's move on to the Maybelline Falsies Surreal Mascara. Here you can see the mascara applied to one eye and not the other. That way you can compare just what one little quick coat
looks like. This mascara is a drier formula straight out of the tube, so that does lend to a more wispy, natural look on the lashes. I do have to mention though that as I wore this eye look throughout the day, the mascara did start to flake and sort of break down on me a little bit, but I always need a few times wearing a mascara to really decide how I feel about it. So this is another product that I'm not quite decided on yet.
That wraps up the very first episode, hopefully not the last episode, diving into my box of shame. I have enough right now for at least 3 to 5 more episodes of this. If you're interested in knowing what just hasn't made it across the finish line yet, let me know if you have any guesses for the product that has been sitting in there since Black Friday that I did not touch, and I will let you know who was right if I ever get to do another episode. Hopefully this one doesn't flop. That was certainly fun for me. It's definitely refreshing and freeing to not feel like I have to do this super in-depth, super info-heavy review, but just sort of play with makeup, see how I feel, and see what looks I can come up with along the way without a plan or anything like that. I would love to know what you thought about the products I tried today. Have you tried any of these yourself? Are you interested in any of these? Let me know if you want to see another episode of diving into the box of shame. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Going to start, excuse you, light was in the way. I mean, I did put it there. Anyway, definitely 100% bought this because Amy Loves Makeup told me I should try it. So that's what happens when you're friends in real life with other influencers. I don't know if any of that made sense. I'm looking so basic. I just need like a more colorful lip color. I think I need a red coral lip color to match my shirt. I think that would really set off the look. When I was hanging out with Amy, actually when she recommended that mascara, I was talking about how much I love my Lumi deodorant, which I do all the time, and I've realized that this has become a personality trait of mine, that I tell everybody how much I love Lumi deodorant. She was like, just get sponsored already. If I ever get a Lumi deodorant sponsorship, just know that it's the dream come true. I see their ads on YouTube all the time too, but I've never seen them sponsor a YouTuber. I should email them. This would be the most genuine deodorant sponsorship on YouTube. I'm not getting up from my chair and I can reach a Lumi deodorant. I have them everywhere. I love these little travel size ones. I have one in my purse. I also carry the wipes in my purse. If people are complaining that they're sweating and stuff, I will pull out my little travel pack of Lumi wipes. I'm like, me too, I'm really sweaty too, try this. And I think that it's becoming borderline inappropriate. What if I could collab with them? Oh, dream collab. Get to develop a Lumi scent. You know that you're old when you're like, I'd love to collaborate on a deodorant. Okay. Rein it in.
Okay, my camera shut off while I was filming my little outro, and I didn't get this part recorded, but I wanted you to know anyway that I love your face so much, and I'll see you real soon. Okay, bye!